Hi, Miss Roz. I am going to talk about an omelet, making an omelet, but having cheese or something inside of it. I already cracked my eggs open. However, let's talk about the pan. I want to make sure that this is on medium to high heat, or sorry, medium high heat. Oops. So I'm going to put it at around 7. I'm making a 2-egg omelet. While I wait for my pan to heat up, I'm going to just grab a little cheese to add to it. Right. In the last one, I actually flipped my omelet over the whole way. But this way, we're going to talk about how to do it so that you don't have to flip it all the way and you can just cook it all the way through without flipping. Right. So just checking to see that this is nice and hot. Not quite there, almost though. So adding a little salt and pepper as well. Okay, so I'm going to want to spray this pan a little. Cover it. Okay, and then I already mixed my eggs. I'm just going to mix it one more time before I add it into the pan. There we go. And then, like before, just add a little salt and pepper. Okay, last time when I did this, I showed you how you could do it around the edges. I'm actually going to just show you how you can do it kind of more in the middle of the pan, right? So if you just go like this kind of, right, to move the egg around so that it cooks a little. Let's use this one. All right, so I'm just moving the eggs around a little so that I can get the liquid to cook up a little. Right, as it starts to curd. Right, and once it starts to curd, right, I will stop moving the eggs around as much. Right. But last time we did this and I showed you, you could do it so that you could just bring all the liquid to the edges. Right. So this is kind of in the middle of doing the omelet I showed you last time and a French omelet where in the French omelet you're mixing the whole time. Okay. So once everything starts to set a little more, okay, I'm just going to shake it a bit just to kind of distribute my eggs a little better. Right, and then I'm going to let it cook a little. Right, and as it's cooking, okay, you kind of want to let it cook all the way through, and so it's going to cook through the egg. And then what will happen is that you'll notice that this will start to get a little less wet, but kind of looks a little soft. And that's kind of how you want it, so that it cooks all the way through. Once I see that it's kind of cooked all the way through, I'm going to add just a little cheese in there so that I can, this is kind of when you would add your fixings. So if you wanted to add mushrooms, onions, peppers, sausage, ham, bacon, whatever it is, you can do that. Okay. Now, as I'm doing this, I don't want to move it a lot, but I am just going to just kind of move the edges around. Okay, to help with this. Right. So what I would just do is just let this continue to cook a little and then add my cheese. Right. Like I said, once this starts to cook all the way through, then I'm good to go in terms of adding cheese to the omelet. But I want to make sure that that wetness of the egg is cooked all the way through before I add any of the cheese. Okay, so again, I'm not moving the egg much, I just want to check the sides here. Okay. right? And now that I can see it's starting to kind of, oops, it's still a little wet. I'm going to give it a little longer to cook through. Okay, and you can see that I'm able to start moving it around a little, just so that it's easier to not stick. Right, and so now I'm going to just add a little cheese into here. Right, and then give that another like 40 seconds or so just to let that cheese melt in there. Okay, I'm gonna get my plate ready to the side here. All right, and so now that I know it's all cooked on the sides there, on the inside, I'm just gonna flip it over like so, and then add it to my plate, and voila, I have an omelet. Okay, so generally speaking, if you don't want to add, if you want to flip it like I did in the last one, you can, but you don't have to. You just need to let it cook a little more. So this is an omelet with cheese.